Yeah, we're excited about where we are as a group. A little bit bittersweet coming off of the game against Kentucky. We felt like based on the effort we put into it and the moments we had, we probably should have gotten more out of the game than a draw. But having said that, as I said to the guys afterwards, at the end of the year, you're going to look back on that, and the draw from an RPI standpoint will be very valuable. And we were in a game with them last year where we felt again where we dominated the game and didn't even get the draw out of it. So excited that we're moving forward and now starting conference play and have a very strong opponent in Wake Forest and a good opportunity at home that we're excited about.
Questions for Ken or Adam?
Coach, from game one to now, do you like where this team is at heading into conference play?
Yeah, we're growing. We're still getting better. We talked this morning prior to training about areas that we need to continue to get better. We looked at moments in the Kentucky game where, especially defensively, I thought we were very, very good. And just moments where a lapse of concentration, focus, and still, for us, guys playing together. We talk about Adam just getting on the field against Georgia State, and not only from an attacking standpoint of creating a rhythm, but even defensively of being in good spots, that we're still working as a team to do that. And you could see there's really good moments for us on both ends of it. So we're moving in the right direction. And also, I mean, when you look at our schedule early, we knew we had a tough non-conference schedule, but Georgia State beats Wake Forest, at Wake Forest, and it tells you how good that away win for us at Georgia State is. And Kentucky's undefeated, and Butler hasn't lost since they played us. And so, we've had a good schedule so far that's been testing, and I think that's going to prepare us well for the ACC.
You did get some guys that hadn't been getting a lot of minutes the other night. How nice was it? How did you think those guys kind of reacted, and do you anticipate maybe even more? I mean, I guess Jeffrey, when he comes back, also will be an adjustment.
Yeah, it will be. And for Adam and Mo, you can see it's the moments early on for those guys was very good. Part of what we're doing as well is extending their minutes so that, they're becoming more fit. And I think Adam would probably even tell you this, those end minutes that we're extending them aren't usually their freshest and best, but it's important that we continue to push them that way. And I think that, for Adam and Mo, there were moments at the end where it was challenging physically for them, especially because it was an overtime game. But again, part of their growth and integrating them in is pushing them a little bit and getting them more minutes all the time.
For Adam, judging based off of last season in Cincinnati, I think a lot of people were coming in expecting you to produce immediately. You didn't get the assist the first game, but you get it against Kentucky on Tuesday. How comfortable are you in the system?
I'm very comfortable in the system. The good thing here is that, I mean, no disrespect to where I've played previously, but you got guys around you, so many guys around you who are of, the top level. So there's no pressure on me to get assists. There's no pressure on anybody to get assists because it's 11 guys attacking with the ball, and anybody on our team could get the goal, anybody on the team could get the assist. So I don't feel pressure to go out and get an assist. I just enjoy playing with the players around me.
Kind of what Ken was talking about. I mean, did you feel the other night? Obviously, you were fresh in the beginning, but did you feel like, okay, in these minutes, this is what I got to work on? This is
yeah. I felt that we were going over some defensive things today, and in the start of the game, when you're focused and you're concentrating, everything's, we were actually pretty good at it. And then because I hadn't played in a while, instinctively, I wasn't in positions that I would usually be because I was just focused on getting my breath back. So in those moments, that's where I'll develop and get fitter and, be able to defend better, be able to move the ball and keep it rather than making those silly errors.
Ken, how would you assess Jake's play so far in goal for you guys?
There's been times where he's kept us in it. Against Irvine, a couple of the saves he made was huge. And I think even for, Jake, he would admit that the 2 goals scored positionally, he probably could have done better on both of those goals. But, he's still a freshman. It's his first full year, redshirt at that. But both for him and Will, who we think are going to be tremendous keepers, there's a growth aspect that's going on. And, they continue to make gains every single day, not only in the games that they're playing, but every single day in training. You could see it. So he's been very good for us. Again, for the schedule we've had and the competition we've played, I think he's been awesome early, and he'll continue to get better.
Ken, looking back at that UK match, what did you take out of that after you looked at everything?
Well, I love the fact that we're resilient, the mental toughness to go up and then, conceding really against the run of play and find a way to get it back. And I thought we've created enough chances in the second half that we probably should have won it as well. I like that, and I think that we have guys that can come in off the bench and keep the level, if not raise it at times. So I think we're a deeper team than we were a year ago, and again, I think mentally strong and resilient and very focused. The other part that we continue to find out, and I was just talking with our performance team recently, is that we measure the amount of running we do in each game. And in the games that we've played so far this year, we've exceeded considerably what we were doing a year ago. And he was a bit surprised that it was early in the year, and for the average amount of miles that we're putting in, we're significantly above that. So what it says is that the effort that the guys are putting in, the commitment, and what we're asking them to do, they're putting it in every single day, not only in games but in training as well.
Your brother played at Kentucky, is that correct? Mm-hmm. Have you guys trash talked a little bit since the game? Or I know it's a tie, so I'm sure there's...
No, it was more, I'm sure we would have had he been on the team, but he was actually at the game hoping for a Louisville victory. So he supports me, and last year I was at the game hoping for a Kentucky victory. So it's just more we support each other. Had he been on the team, I'm sure there would have been a lot of that going on.
Wake this week, Coach. We know the history last year with it. Do you guys view it as a revenge chance?
You know what? We respect them. They're a very good team. They're well coached. They've had a lot of success. We respect them. What we see is a really good opportunity for us right now. We would love to get a victory against Wake Forest, and especially at home in front of our fans. But what it would mean most is giving us 3 points in a really hard division in the ACC. So getting 3 points at any point is huge, and to start it off at home against Wake Forest for us is really exciting.
How can you put in perspective how good they've been the last 4 or 5 years? And, I mean, obviously, especially at home, but even on the road, I mean, they've just been, Wake has been so good.
Yeah, I think it's actually been the last 2 years. I think prior to the new coach getting there, when Bobby got there, I think there was a turn in that. Jay Vidovich, who was there before, did a pretty good job of recruiting and bringing in some pretty good guys, and Bobby's done a good job with those. So over the last 2 years, they have been very, very solid, very consistent on and off at home and on the road. They're a different team this year than they were last year because some of the personnel they lost, but the characteristics are still the same. But it's been impressive, the run they've had the last couple of years. It's been very good, and it's been because again, that they have a guy that organizes them very well and prepares them well in Bobby.
Can you talk about the opportunity for you guys of playing at home?
I think it's a huge opportunity for us because I feel like up to this point, I think there's been, like Coach said, there's been moments where we've done well, and I know talking to some of the boys, they had that at the start of last season where they played well in moments and then had a big breakout game and then they went on to do well. And I see this opening the ACC, Wake Forest at home. I see this as a huge opportunity for us to go out and have a breakout game and bring everything that we've been doing in moments together.
Coach, Wake Forest conceded 11 goals for the entirety of last season, which stressed how important defensive is. They've allowed already 5 in the first 4 games. Are you expecting a high scoring affair on Saturday?
Well, when we played Kentucky, you would have figured that there wasn't going to be any goals because there was only 2 conceded by each team in 6 games, and then there was 4 in the first half. So I'm not sure if if I was predicting, I would have predicted differently in the last game. I think that traditionally Wake Forest is a tough team to break down. But I do think that them being a little bit of a different team, they're probably still trying to find themselves a little bit defensively as well. They are a good attacking team. They can move the ball, and a big part of our game is going to be disrupting them and not letting them get in a rhythm.
You've yet to beat them since you joined the ACC, albeit most of the games have been very close. Does it affect the team at all, like mentally, before you kick the ball that you have to beat them? Like, how do you overcome that?
No, probably, Adam probably didn't know that until you said it. So, yeah, no, it's a different team this year. It's a different team and a different year. We have a group of different guys, and the history is just that. It's the past, and right now we're just worrying about this year and concentrating on that and focused on this group that we have just being the best we can be. And I don't think the history is going to play into it.
Can you talk to media day about some of the young guys, not the transfer, but the actual freshmen? You've put some in some key situations. I mean, do you feel more comfortable now that you've seen them out there with the guys that you have, the young guys?
Yeah, especially in the games that we've played. There have been, tough, competitive, close games, and you look at guys like Hamam and Liam and Jake that have, gotten significant minutes, and, Isaiah and Elijah Amo coming off the bench and doing well. So yeah, we're excited about what they've contributed so far and their continued growth. They're gonna be awesome for the program.